I'm here with Ian Higginbottom. He's the Banff Community High School athletic director, all-around awesome dude. How's your evening going so far, Ian?
It's pretty fun. You got a good posse up here, and this is a sweet event.
That's awesome. Thanks for that. Appreciate you coming out, join us for a lap and two. So I guess a lot of people are asking, like, what's going to be happening with the schools this year in terms of athletics, teams, sports, etc.
So as we're all aware, it's a different world, and the schools are adapting to that. So currently, pretty much anything extracurricular is off the table. My hope is that, you know, especially in a town like this, we go unscathed in the bubble that we live in, and ideally some restrictions get lifted, but it's definitely a waiting game. So you know, in terms of the funds that you generate that go towards the school and get put towards athletics, the hope is to continue to use those funds for the dream from previous year, which was to crank up the Mountain Madness event. And so last time we tried essentially subsidizing all of the students' fees. For those of you that aren't familiar, it's a 5 mountain event, so downhill skiing, running, cross-country skiing, skating, and a snowshoe. And so the idea is to use these funds to subsidize students so there's no financial barriers, and we can create kind of a mountain culture within our school in a long-standing 40-year community event.
That's so cool. And I remember you sharing with me too that ideally the funds would help mainly support subsidizing student costs, and then even for some students that have no or are really struggling financially, that to cover essentially almost all of their costs.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that the one piece we decided as a staff last year was students do need to have a buy-in. So typically it's a $25 entry fee per student, but so we subsidize 20 of it. $5 is a pretty minuscule commitment, and that way we kind of minimize the idea of a bunch of kids would sign up and bail out last minute, and that was just kind of one of the logistical things from our end. But if there was anyone who couldn't afford $5, we'd easily just jump over the, throw them that extra bit of cash. And then some students as well might not have cross-country skis or snowshoes, and so we also I know we ended up renting a pair of cross-country skis for a student last year. So yeah, the idea is, like, we live in this place, and there's so many students and kids that grow up in this community who don't live the mountain culture lifestyle, and it's such a fun event, and it's so community oriented that if we can promote this, and I think it could be a really cool part of our school culture and a really cool part of the youth in our community.
Great. Well, again, thanks for all you do at the school, and thanks for joining us tonight. And yeah, we appreciate you coming out. And Ian's going to show us his really cool lighting setup as I
head down.
Heads down.
Awesome. There we go.
So there he goes. It's kind of like a Christmas tree. And we got a beautiful full moon. I know this camera doesn't show it well, but I'll zoom in a bit. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and we'll see you down at the bottom.